You get $100 every time you're rejected for anything. What do you do to make money? Ask random people for $100. Either they will give me 100 or they won't, meaning I'll get 100. What's the worst thing you can say in an elevator full of people? True story. My mom and dad were in a very crowded elevator. While my mom was very obviously pregnant to the point of bursting, I guess she looks at my dad and says, "When are you going to tell your wife about me?" My parents are happily married. She was just pranking him. My dad said it was the longest elevator ride of his life. If you just won 30 million and your mom's left eye cost 29, what are you doing? I'm buying her a Lamborghini and an eye patch. Let's ride Nick Fury. Would you rather meet Jake Paul? Find $20. You are offered 10 million if you can name something that not even one person in the world has a fetish for. What do you answer? Me. You have 1 year to eat an entire standard-sized sofa for 1 million. What is your game plan? Probably wait till the night before. I pay you 10 million, but you have to drink water and only water for 30 years. Deal. No deal. You have $400. Your ex needs 100. Your girl also needs 200. How much do you have? 400 and unread messages. What is a life-changing item you can buy for less than 100? In my opinion, definitely a weighted blanket if you have a hard time sleeping at night or have anxiety. They have some at Target for $25 currently. I just used the crushing weight of all my failures instead. Much cheaper. What would you do if someone left you 8.7 million, pay off my student loans, and use the remaining $10 to go to the movies? Why is it that your clothes only get caught on the door handle when you're in a bad mood? That's the Lord grabbing you and telling you to stop being extra. Could you stay in the house for 2 weeks and you can't look out of the blinds for 100k? Yes, my 4-year-old just said, "Dad, why do people make up things that their children have said for social media? Isn't it just inherently dishonest and indicative of an ability to construct a compelling narrative themselves? What's worse than a heartbreak? Ever cheated on a test and still failed? Friends that always check up on you. Are you okay? No, just checking. You are in your house and you hear a door slam. You turn around and see him. What are you doing? Ask him what bills he pay to be slamming doors in my fucking house. Do you ever notice that the Washington Monument looks absolutely nothing like George Washington? Whoa, mind blown. Do you call this a date? This would be the best date ever. Do you like your peanut butter and jelly, with or without the door hinge? Do you ever try to breathe quieter while walking up a hill so bystanders don't hear you fighting for your life? Do you consider this a date? The longer I stare, the wilder it gets. You're driving alone in your car, out in the middle of nowhere, and you come across this. What do? When people know about your depression and they randomly ask, "Are you okay?
How are you doing?"
in that special voice, "What's up, you depressed bastard?" This is preferable, honestly. I cannot stop thinking about this. What is Obama's last name? Care. Thank you. Look at the solar system. Every single other planet has been proven round. So what a clusterfuck of events led to Earth being flat? Riddle me that. The Earth is not a planet. You are sent to hell. What does Satan choose for your eternal punishment? He would bring me back to life. Hey, are you okay, bro? Is this your husky dog? No, he's a pure-blood, half-blue-eyed Alaskan wolf husky dog wool. What breed is he? Orange. Parents of Reddit, why didn't you close the door when you're leaving our rooms? Because saying, "Son, your room stinks of month-old nut socks that are clearly stuffed down the side of the bed, and you need to let some fresh air in here because I'm genuinely worried at this point that breathing the air that is currently in here technically counts as me swallowing your money shot. It's just going to embarrass both of us. Norway is the happiest country in the world. What's the secret? This is way too political. What happens to nitrogen when the sun rises? It becomes daytrogen. I'm going to bed. Good nitrogen. Sleep titrogen. Don't let the fuck off. What would you do if I unplugged your router in the middle of your game? Use the time to form a strong romantic relationship with you that eventually leads to marriage. When we eventually grow old together and we find ourselves in the hospital on life support, I will bring up the time you unplugged my router, then unplug your life support, the long con. What's the best situation to eat a Dorito? That's assuming there is ever a bad time to eat Doritos. Well, a funeral would be fucked up though. I'm literally flying to a funeral right now. I will test your theory. You were absolutely right. The world now runs on video game logic. What's the first thing you do? Look at my stats to find out what the fuck is wrong with me. What does it look like I do for a living? Flirt with the receptionist at Dundumuff. I don't get it. What does it look like I do for a living? Solve mysteries with a dog. You can't spell cat without a what? What is wrong with my sister and her husband? Absolutely nothing. They are strengthening their bond by being chaotic dumbasses together, and that's beautiful. You can only drink one. Strength, poison breath, talk to plants, courage, always relax, become a dragon, instant death, flight, instant death. How do you sleep at night knowing people don't like you, with no underwear in case they want to kiss my ass? I was on a dating app and a guy jokingly wrote, "What should we name our first child?" as his intro, and I had to tell him that in 5th grade I lost a bet to my best friend Hannah and have to without question name my firstborn child Megatron, and then the man unmatched me. His loss. What a dope name. What the hell is Obama's last name? Does anyone know? Who's the real queen of the sea? Let's argue. Moana left her family to save her village and the ocean. Ariel left her family for Pee-Pee. Don't ever disrespect Moana again. What's a good first date question? Is there someone who thinks you are in a relationship with them? In French, you don't say, I miss you. You say, dis ma quiz, which means you are missing from me. Isn't that amazing? In Texas, you don't say, you all. You say y'all, which means you all. Unless there is a lot of y'all, then it's all y'all, which means all you all. Isn't that amazing? How old were you when you found out these lines are actually measurements? Beer, wine, liquor. Do you ever get so bored? You go to Netflix, but decide you're not ready for that kind of commitment, so you end up watching YouTube instead. How would you write, I changed a light bulb on your resume? I single-handedly managed to successfully upgrade and deploy of a new system environmental illumination system with 0 cost overruns and 0 safety incidents. Okay, spoiled females, what does no mean? That you don't love me. It takes you 30 minutes to cross. What would it take you to walk this whole bridge? 30 minutes. Is it normal to sleep with socks on? Absolutely, that's normal. No, that's weird. I sleep with shoes on. What would you do in this situation? What the fuck are we meant to do? I hate those websites that are like, your password is weak. Oh, really? Well, your security questions are soft as shit. What city was I born in? Really? Ask me why my parents aren't together. What the hell is number 6? When you have to fix your glasses, but your fingers are covered in Cheeto dust or something. We want to know this year. What videos did you watch on repeat? This one about the cute puppy. Did you just rickroll YouTube? What would you do if you found me in your fridge? I would be extremely scared because the other bodies in my fridge don't smile. Hi, are these still selling? Would you ship to Spain if I pay for ship? I don't do international shipping, I'm afraid. Afraid of what? Don't be scared. You can have sex with one real person from all of human history. Who is your ultimate lay? I'd like to have sex one more time with my wife, who passed away from cancer 9 years ago. My body yearns for hers. The ultimate downside to finding the one is she may die young and leave you wanting. I also choose this guy's dead wife. They offer you $80 to clean the cemetery alone, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Are you taking the job? It's supposedly haunted. $80 an hour. You got me fucked up if you think I'm going to refuse that. Shit, I'm making each one of those tombs as spotless, with the finest holy water. Annabelle's trying to visit her friend. Aisle 6 row 3 bro. I might get haunted, but I'm leaving every shift in a Bentley, with Casper and his homies in the back. What's the worst thing a woman has done on the first date? She literally asked what their most expensive drink was. The waiter met my eyes, and the bro code kicked in. He just kept saying everything was out of stock. God bless him where he is now. I went back to give him a tip, but he declined. Ladies, what is the most obvious hint you've dropped that went completely unnoticed by a guy? My current boyfriend and I started out in this weird friends that flirt stage. I was trying to find a way to get him to make a move. One very hot evening, middle of August, we were sitting in his backyard with a few of our friends drinking beer. I sat on the same lawn chair as him, kind of wiggled in and said, I'm cold. He left me alone in the chair and proceeded to build a giant fire. It took like an hour. When he was finished making the fire, he sat back down in a different lawn chair. No man passes up a good excuse to light shit on fire. My sister and I are having a mac and cheese battle to see who gets to cook it for Thanksgiving. Mine is the left, hers is on the right. Who are y'all with? Both of you need to be in prison. Anyone know how to remove this thing? Pay. 1 year in here for 30 billion. You have no books, movies, phones, consoles, nothing. Can you do it? At some point, you'll stop being alone in there. That's when shit's gonna really get lit.